And good evening, I'm Andy Banker. First on News 11 at 7 tonight, developing news in St. Louis, more young people hit by gunfire. Police say a 7-year-old boy is dead. An 18-year-old is in critical condition. Bommarito Automotive Skyfox was over the scene just after the shootings, which happened shortly after 5 o'clock tonight. News 11's Katie Corman has the latest from the scene.
The tragedy of this summer continues. A 7-year-old boy gunned down in the street. St. Louis, Katie Corman, News 11.
Chief Hayden is also calling for help in defusing another deadly St. Louis crime trend. He says 6 homicides in the past 6 days have all stemmed from apparent drug deals. All of the victims have been adult males. All 6 cases remain unsolved. Beginning with 3 people killed on Plover near Interstate 70 Wednesday, 3 more drug-related homicide scenes have followed, all in the city. 1 killed at Goodfellow and Lillian in North St. Louis, 1 killed on Murphy Park near downtown, and the latest, 1 killed on North Florissant early yesterday. The chief says these all appeared to have been transactions involving heroin, fentanyl, or marijuana, and too often the public turns a blind eye to low-level drug activity, thinking that it is just a minor crime. But as we've seen again these past 6 days, guns are often involved, and guns are game changers.
Hey, it's self-enforced. Hey, if I'm going to do drugs with you, hey, we can't call the police and tell somebody to watch over this drug deal.
He says the department's drug enforcement unit gets good results when it has good information, with 40 arrests, 61 drug packages, and 40 weapons seized so far this year. So if you have any information, report it. You can remain anonymous using the SLMPD app on your mobile phones or by calling Crime Stoppers. Again, that number, you should know it well, 866-371-TIPS. On the flood watch now. Heavy rain overnight and this morning led to flash flooding around the area. Bommarito Automotive Skyfox over cars going through floodwaters in Illinois this morning. Not a smart move for the drivers there. News 11 meteorologist Jamie Travers reports from the Woods Basement Systems Storm Runner on cleanup efforts now in Granite City.
We are just west of Route 203 in Granite City, 11.
All right, Jamie, it came and it came quick, and it did not cool things down at all today as we take a live look at the Gateway Arch in the riverfront and say hello to Chief Meteorologist John Fuller.
And in fact, the humidity really made it feel oppressive out there.
Yeah,
it was
flooding
bad. Rain this morning. The skies cleared. The Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday, more on that. The cool down and specific rainfall amounts from this morning. Coming up, Andy.
Thanks, John. We'll see you then. Bommarito Automotive Skyfox over a police pursuit that ended with a crash in downtown St. Louis. St. Louis County Police spotted a vehicle in North County believed to have been involved in a shooting. Police tried to stop the car. The driver took off. Police lost sight of the vehicle while canvassing an area near America Center. The suspect hit that police car. The vehicle turns out to be stolen. 2 teenagers, 16 and 18, are in custody tonight. There were no serious injuries. And then there was this, another crash a short time later. Again, police involved. Bommarito Automotive Skyfox over the scene in North County. A car crash around 1 o'clock this afternoon on Becker Drive. That's near Ferguson. Police say they have a suspect in custody. No word on charges. Another suspect still on the run tonight. 2 teenagers are dead after an accident in Troy, Missouri. The Highway Patrol reports 2 16-year-old boys were in a car that went off Highway 47 and hit a tree late last night. News 11's Vic Faust spoke with their friends.
16-year-olds Mario, Vic Faust.
It's official, a life sentence for convicted killer Pam Hupp in St. Charles County. News 11's Chris Hayes was in the courtroom when the judge pronounced sentence, and he reports Hupp seemed happy.
Moments before trials. I'm Chris Hayes.
It's still to come tonight on News 11 at 7. Limiting legal immigration, the new rule the Trump administration wants to enforce that critics say targets the poor.
Cardinals with the day off. I bet they're having dinner in.
A new rule may begin to limit legal immigration in the U.S. The announcement from the Trump administration comes on the heels of last week's controversial immigration raids. Our report on this tonight from Camila Bernal.
The number of legal immigrants. Camila Bernal, News 11.
U.S. Attorney General William Barr promises a thorough investigation into the death of Jeffrey Epstein, saying he's appalled by the incident that resulted in Epstein's death. The high-profile financier was found dead of an apparent suicide this weekend. He was facing sex trafficking and child abuse charges He was reportedly found in his cell with bruising on his neck several weeks ago, but then taken off of suicide watch. The union representing the 2 guards on duty at the time report that those guards were seriously overworked. Prosecutors are still investigating Epstein's trafficking network for possible charges against co-conspirators in the case. When News 11 at 7 continues tonight. New developments in the mass shooting in Dayton, Ohio. Federal charges now filed against the gunman's friend. Also, how people are coming together there to make a difference for the Dayton victims and their families.
Heat advisory in effect.
Heavy rain triggering landslides in the Swiss Alps. Videos posted online show high waters, mud, and debris near a village. Wow. Authorities still searching for a man and a girl who had been missing since Sunday after their car was swept away. Whew. Boy, that looks terrible. Not this. Sun beating down on the Del Mar Loop, quite a difference. At the end of a hot day winding down in St. Louis. Blistering today.
Yeah, some of that rainfall from this morning going back into the sky in the way of humidity, so that's why it feels so bad out there. And back to that video, very impressive. You know, we had heavy rains around 9 inches,
right.
But when you have it in a mountainous area, it accelerates as it goes down into the valleys. And look at it almost take out that bridge, that gentleman stepping back, probably getting hit by the overspray. And look at how fast it's moving. Fortunately, in Granite City, where we had that 8 to 9 inches of rain, it just lays there, and it's moving at times, but not at that pace.
After looking at it for a few seconds, he's like, I'm going back up the hill.
Yeah. So we do have some rainfall amounts from around the area, as the school districts couldn't go out at recess to play because it was so high, the heat index.
Yeah, maybe some outdoor, I think a football practice.
2-a-days. Ooh.
Yeah, this is not a day for that.
No.
But we're getting back into our zone.
Yes.
Right?
The zone is good.
Yeah, where we want to be. Thanks, John. And when your primetime news source returns tonight, a festival being planned as a result of a Facebook joke that went viral. It's being called Alien Stock. Authorities have charged a friend of the killer in the mass shootings in Dayton, Ohio, with lying on federal firearms forms and possessing a firearm while on drugs. Police shot and killed the gunman, Connor Betts, after he opened fire August 4th, killing 9 people, including his sister. Betts had an assault-style rifle and body armor. Authorities say his friend, 24-year-old Ethan Colley, bought the body armor, a gun accessory, and an extra magazine that Betts used in the shootings. But Colley lied on the forms to get them. He faces up to 15 years in prison if convicted. And people are coming together to support the Dayton victims and their families tonight. Reporter Aaliyah Williamson shows us how a group of friends decided to make a difference.
In the days following Acres,
I couldn't be more proud.
Missouri Governor Mike Parson was in Jefferson County today. He made several stops to discuss economic development. We caught up with him in Herculaneum, where he met with business and government leaders about a project to bring inland waterway freight to counties in Missouri and Illinois. The St. Louis Regional Freightway, or so it would be called, would make the area a major freight hub. Missouri State Auditor Nicole Galloway announces she's running for governor in 2020.
It's a broken system, the old way of doing politics. As auditor, I've fought it. As governor, I'll end it.
This video released this morning serves as her official launch. She talks about her accomplishments as state auditor. She's currently the only Democrat holding statewide office in Missouri. If she wins the Democratic nomination, she'll face Governor Parson, the Republican incumbent who is serving out Eric Greitens' term in the wake of Greitens' resignation. It was a very special first day of school for a Rockwood Schools family. News 11's Rocky Madden shows us tears of joy fell like raindrops.
More than 20 police other. In Chesterfield, Rocky Madden, News 11.
Yeah, more prayers to come, Rocky. What a terrific story. When your primetime news source continues tonight. Alien stock, you know, like Woodstock. Well, that's what they're calling the festival, now being planned as a result of a Facebook joke. And Goats to the Rescue, the chemical-free service helping overgrown yards in St. Louis.
Advisories.
We've told you about that Storm Area 51 event, right? Started as a joke on Facebook. Now it's turned into a festival called Alien Stock, you know, like Woodstock. Joe Bartles reports 30,000 people are expected to land in the small town of Rachel, Nevada.
Nestled a month before the countdown ends.
Oh, and a live look from our boathouse camera in Forest Park. You know, Chief Meteorologist John Fuller was just telling me he hasn't been back to Area 51 since he landed there all those years
ago. It took you all night to prepare that one. You slave.
I've been working on it.
You know, the heat, it's with us now. Spot thunderstorms on Sunday, Andy.
Nice that we're not used to the 90s. I think it's better than...
I think we got most of those out of the way in July.
All right. Thank you, John. A North County homeowner's stress melts away after goats clean up his yard. According to our partners at the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, John Herget bought a home 3 years ago, had overgrown, out-of-control weeds. When he did, instead of using chemicals, he decided to utilize a wildwood farm with a service called Goats on the Go. It's a national program that connects homeowners with overgrown yards, lets hungry goats come in and take care of business. So you can hire them. Just ahead on your primetime news source.
Teeing offward.
This season will be the last for the River City Rascals minor league baseball team in O'Fallon Mo. The city made the announcement this afternoon. The franchise began operations as the Zanesville Grays. In 1993, the team moved from Zanesville, Ohio to O'Fallon ahead of the 1999 season, and the team name changed to River City Rascals. The city is now looking for a new team for the 2020 season. A hot day did not deter golfers from taking part in a charity golf tournament in St. Charles County. This is a big one. News 11's Patrick Clark was at the 15th annual CBC Alumni Open.
Well, the golfers came off 11.
Mizzou football practice continues with the season less than 3 weeks away now, and ex-Mizzou star Drew Lock got his first preseason NFL touchdown pass. Rich has it for us next in sports. And thank you for being here again tonight. We'll see you tomorrow for News 11 at noon, 4 and 7. Good night, St. Louis.